Hello, this is PalicoPadge, and welcome to an episode of Disquisition in the Division. It is a offset version of Talking and Trucking. I've been playing a lot of this game recently. I think personally it's quite fitting, but I'll go into a little bit of detail about this first. Back before my son was born, exactly 48 hours in fact, my partner and I started the Division. Now this was going on virtually 3 years ago, so just after the hype had settled down and all the DLC had came out, and I got her a cheap copy of the game, and it was something we were going to play together. We would both have played MMOs together, along with the big daddy of them all, World of Warcraft, where we had our own guild, and it was something which I was missing. But because of our son coming along and it being completely out of the blue, this game in particular got put on the back burner. In fact, most large story-driven games have been put on the back burner for the past couple of years, just because I haven't got a chance to actually get around and play them, or at least have the time to be able to play them, because as it stands in the house we're in at the moment, I have no office space or even a desk. This is all done via a lap board I've bought and a monitor and mic which leans over the sofa where I sit. So it's been difficult, but recently, especially since the whole coronavirus has kicked off, I have been having an urge to play an MMO, because it's just nice to fall into a rhythm of something when you get any downtime at all when you've got a small child, and B, I think the theme of the Division, especially the first one, is quite fitting at the moment. We've got winter, we've got a virus which is running rampant through New York, so it's very deserted. It's all very topical, and it just all fills in quite nicely, I feel. So it's a game I've been playing on and off for the past few weeks, and as you can see, I'm just coming up to level 20, not far off. And so this is something I'd like to get done before the end of January, and I have another move, but we'll go on to that in a minute. So hello, welcome. It's been a weird year, hasn't it? 2020. What can you say about it? I've been pretty fortunate. I had time off from April until August, where I was paid furlough in the UK, so 80% of my wage was being put in, and this allowed me to spend time which I would never have gotten in under any other circumstance with my son, which has been absolutely lovely. The missus, she carried on working from home, so I was kind of babysitting, which at times felt like a job, but she tells me regularly that yeah, I don't know the half of things, so I'm not going to go into any more than that. And yeah, that's been nice. Obviously, the way the world isn't good, but there's nothing I can really do as far as that's concerned. But there's been a few peaks and troughs in both my personal life and online. And well, the big one for me, really, as far as my YouTube channel is concerned, is we've finally reached 1,000 subscribers. Welcome, new people. Where the bloody hell have you been? Where have you been? Now, this is all down to the game which I've been playing the majority of throughout the year since it's been released, and that's Curious Expedition 2 by Mashin and Mensch. I'm sure a lot of you have been brought here because of that, and well, what can I say? It's lovely. It's lovely. I'm in the credits. I have feelings that they may have named the gods after me. They definitely use the same colour purple as I do. That's all I can say about that. It's nice. It's humbling. It's nice to know that even a little fish like me can be recognised by people who are much more established and renowned than I am. And you know, just to be recognised. You can give me 100,000 subscribers tomorrow. I won't be as chuffed as I was when I found out I was in the credits to the Curious Expedition 2. You could argue I've worked hard for it. You know, I've had several tutorials on the first game. We've covered the entire modding scene, the multiplayer. But yeah, it's very, very lovely to think that I've made a difference to the point where I've been noticed. And as I said, I am but a small fish in a very extremely large ocean of content creators. So for them to put me into the credits, at the very least, even if the gods aren't named after me or near me, and they haven't used purple because of me, it's still very nice to see that. And in turn, as I said, that's thrown me over the 1,000 subs mark. I'm a little bit disappointed that I haven't been able to capitalise on that. I would have liked, under ideal circumstances, to be able to put out a lot more Curious Expedition 2 and well, do it as I used to. If you go and have a look at my old schedules, I pretty much uploaded every day. It's not something which I think I'll ever be able to do again in the immediate future with having a child now. But we are in the process of having a house. That's the other thing which came up this year. So I might as well go into that. What it was, I went back to work and I got talking to a gentleman, and I've been saving with my partner for a deposit towards a house, whether it was new build or second hand, as I like to call them. And this guy who was in the process of buying a new build house actually had a far less deposit than I did saved up at that time. So just out of curiosity, when I got home that night, I started looking around, and we found a few which we liked. And there's certain ways you can buy in the UK when you have a certain deposit set back. There's Help to Buy, which is where the government give you 20% of what the house is worth towards helping you to be able to have a lower mortgage and therefore more affordable monthly outgoing, should I say, of monies. And there's Part Rent Part Buy, where the local establishment of the council owns at least 60% of the house and you own the 40, and you just have a mortgage on the 40, and in turn you can buy out the council over a predated amount of time. So we're going for the part rent part buy, because we thought there's no way we're going to be able to afford a mortgage for these houses, and you can only do this on a new build house. So again, if you're unfamiliar with how the UK works, new build houses are extortionate. They are ridiculous. And to get one which is a step up to in size to what we have at the moment, you're looking at spending at least £250,000 on a house. And we're not even in like London. In London, the house that we've managed to get would be going in excess, or I would hazard a guess, around about £800,000. Easy. Absolutely easy. But we started with an inquiry into part rent, part buy. Within 24 hours, we had a reservation down on a 3-bed detached house with a Help to Buy scheme, which means ultimately we own it outright. Although the government has a loan in it, and you only pay back what the house is worth, that 20% of what the house is worth when you choose to buy them out. So as property rises over time, it makes more sense to be able to buy them out quicker rather than later, because the longer you leave it, the more the property is going to rise, the more that 20% is going to be worth. So yeah, long story short, we're moving into a new build house at the start of next year in January. So yeah, I get an office, which means I should be able to record more on a weekly basis. If you don't know, I've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. What I do right now is I have roughly 2 hours of recording time per week. And in that 2 hours, you get the 3 or 4 episodes of whatever I've recorded. And that is because we have a very small house. I don't have an office here. As I said, I work off the sofa in the front room. And my son, at the moment, is having a bit of a sleep regression, I believe they call it. He's not sleeping very well, so he's down next to us. And because we don't have an office, it means that when our son does finally go to sleep, the missus, all she wants to do is chill out and watch TV. And because the TV's in the same room as the computer, I can't expect her to put on a pair of headphones or not watch TV whilst I record for a half hour or an hour at a time. So it's been very difficult for me to be able to record more than what you've been seeing this year. As far as research into games are concerned, I have a whole list of games I'd like to bring to the channel. I just don't have the chance to be able to stay on top of what I've been playing, the Curious Expedition 2 to the point of completion, and other things as well. I've tried to sneak them in where I can, but my hands are tied on that behalf. But that is something which will be rectified in the near future now. So 2021. What can you expect? I'm not going to lie, January, February is going to be quite quiet. We are due to move on the 29th of January. So things should go as they have been over the past 6-7 months up until sort of mid-January, possibly the third week into January at the very least. As soon as my computer gets moved over, I am having to change broadband suppliers, which is annoying, but I'm tied in via a contract with the new build house for the first 2 years, so I can't really do anything about that. I believe it takes them roughly 7 days to be able to get everything up and running. So what we're going to try and do is get it so it's up and running by the week we've moved in. If that all goes according to plan, then it's just a case of, because now I have an office, building my desk and building my chair and doing any sort of soundproof stuff I need to do, whether that's buying sponges or sticking my head in a cardboard box. I haven't quite got to the end of that yet, but that is something which I can't obviously address until I get in there and find how well insulated the houses are and how echoey they are. Because it's going to be a smaller room, because it is only an office, I like to think that as far as sound bouncing around is concerned, it's going to be minimal. So if anything, my quality of sound shouldn't change, at least that's what I'm hoping. But there might be a bit of time where I need to play about with that. So that's going to encroach into February. So I'm probably going to be down for about 3 to 4 weeks. And when I say down, I will try and put stuff out, but it might be a bit more sporadic than what it is right now. That's by the by. But I like to think once we've settled in and the house is done, because I've got a hell of a lot of flat pack furniture to make up. Oh my life, a load of it. The garage is full. We've just spent 2.5 hours in the garage sorting everything else to be able to make sure that on the move day, or the move week as we're going to have, it can be taken over, positioned into the room it needs to be in, and sort of made up. I'm getting a drill for Christmas, or by the time you've watched this, I would have gotten a drill for Christmas, just to make putting stuff together that a little bit easier. And once that starts to settle down and the house is starting to resemble more of a home and the way we'd like it initially, that's when I will hopefully pick up a new schedule. Now, I'm not going to promise uploads every day, but what I will say is that I will have plenty more opportunity to record outside of the 2-hour window which I currently have. It will probably be, well, ideally what I'd like to see myself doing is coming home from work, having tea with the family, settling the boy down with a bath. We're going to have a bath. It's going to be lovely. We're going to give him lavender bubble bath and he's going to fall asleep early like he does at his grandma's, damn it. That's what I'm planning on doing. Oh, he's a nightmare. But anyway, that's a different discussion. So yes, settling him down, and then at that point, I will either be going and spending a couple of hours with the missus before she goes to bed, and I can go up into the office and do rendering, or I will be spending a couple of hours in the office and then spending the last couple of hours with the missus downstairs. But by the by, that should hopefully mean I get time every day, possibly every other day, at a max, where I can dedicate recording and rendering, which, as I said, ultimately means that I'm going to have a lot more time to be able to put stuff together. It also means that as soon as I start creating a bit of a backlog of games, I can start looking at doing special episodes again. Now, this is something which has annoyed me a little. I do enjoy making my special episodes, be it loving games and gaming, special little Padge Plays ones like I did with Bullseye, or even ones like I made up for my son for his surprise birth, which you can all find on the channel. They're all out there. I might remember to put links in at this point. I might not. Who knows? But they're on the channel now. I believe they're under special episodes. Yeah, just vary things up a bit, really. This is a hobby, you know, although I've got 1,000 subs now and I have monetized the channel, I bring in very little cash. And as much as I enjoy doing the gameplay stuff, especially playing new games, which I'd like to bring a lot more to the channel, I also like the editing side of things and to be able to create those special little thought pieces, I suppose you'd call them, where I pick a subject on whatever. And I've got a few things I'd like to talk about, but I'll get into that at a later point. And just put them to the channel with a bit of edited footage over. But yeah, as I said, it takes a lot of time up, and I just at the moment just don't have the time. So that's all to come. That's all to come. I'm not going to be promising any games because I've promised games in the past and I haven't delivered, so I don't really want to be doing that. Obviously, Curious Expedition 2 will be coming back. We've got more leaders to get through, we've got more items to open up, and we've got more strategies to do, which means that in turn there'll be tutorials, and I've promised it already, so I'll promise it again. There will be a song of some sort when I get up to 100 episodes. As it stands, we're almost there. Well, I say almost there. We're over halfway there now already, so that's not far away. That's not far away. So there you go. That's what you can expect. And I guess I'll finish up by wishing you all a happy and healthy 2021. I hope you've all had a good Christmas or whatever you celebrate, or if you've just lazed about. I hope you're not in lockdown too harshly. I believe by the time I put this out, there will be certain aspects of the UK and possibly the world which will be cut right back down again because of this new coronavirus strain. So stay safe, eat food, drink, be it alcohol or whatnot, and watch stuff and play stuff and just chill out before the new year kicks off. That's all I can really say. Happy New Year, and I shall see you very soon. Take it easy.